All right, in this video, we're going to take our rocket ship game and we're going to modify it. So we're going to first duplicate it. Then we can edit it. So it says something a little bit better than that about part 2. Okay, and let's go ahead and look at it. I'm going to go ahead and play this for you guys, and there's one error that we made in it when we first made it. And that is when you start the second game, so go ahead and preview it. If you play it once and then you start it again, it doesn't automatically go to score 0. It still says game over when it first starts. So it works just great. The first game says score 0. You can see it goes up, score 1, just perfectly. Spaceship moves right and left. That's nice. But if I was to get hit and it says game over, when I click start the next time, it stays game over. See that? Until this gets updated. All right, so we need to fix that. It needs to say, as soon as we hit start, it needs to say score of 0. So how do we do that? Let's go back into our blocks. It's a real simple way of doing this. I'm going to organize these a little bit as well. So I'm going to move this down here. Move this over here. And make sure there's nothing over here else. No, all that's empty. Okay, so how do I do that? Well, the start button right here, I need to, when I click it, I need to update my score label. So I'm just going to grab it right from here, where I have my score label set to score plus the score. I'm just going to duplicate that and drag it in and put it right here. So now when we click on the start button, it's going to update the score. Let's go find out. So I hit start, here comes the asteroids. I get a score, I get hit, I hit start, and it automatically goes right back to 0 as soon as I click on start. So that was easy enough to fix. All right, the next thing I'd like to do is, this is kind of easy. I'd like to make it a little bit more difficult. So one way to make it difficult is to change the speed of the asteroids. And I'd like to do that by making it variable. Okay, so let's close this and let's go see what we can do. So if you remember, the asteroid is created a couple different times. When we hit the start button, we create it one, and we've got its speed set up to 100 right away. And I could make this one variable, but when the asteroid hits the bottom of the screen is where most of the time the asteroids are controlled. This one creates it at first, and then once it hits the bottom, then it creates it over and over and over again near the top. But right here, this speed, instead of saying 100, why don't we say a random number? So I'm going to grab this right here. It's right there already. Let me slide over so you guys can see more of it. I'm going to grab this random integer right here, and I'm going to duplicate it and put it right in there. And now I don't want it to go 30. That's kind of slow. I like the 100 as our low speed. That seems to be a decent speed, but not too slow. And then I like to go up to 200. So now the asteroid, when it hits the bottom, the first time it's going to go 100. But the next time, it could go anywhere between 100 and 200. I think this is wrong too. It seems like it should be 320. Let me check my notes here from last time. I was playing with stuff. Yeah, it looks like it's 320. All right, so that's going to change the speed. Let's go check it out. On the, not the first time it flies, but the second time after it hits the bottom, we should see a change in speed. So get out of the way. All right. One speed. There's a little bit faster, slower. So it kind of keeps you on your toes a little bit more by changing up the speed. And maybe even 200 is not fast enough. Still, that one's pretty fast. That one's not. That one was pretty fast. Oh, and I got hit. All right, so if you want to, we can change this to 250. Just make it a little bit faster. The other thing we can do is, and this is the hardest part, is to, after we get so many points, let's add another asteroid. See how difficult that will be. So how am I going to do that? Well, I think we need to do that in the timer. So when the time fires, we need to create a new asteroid, but only if the score is a certain amount, and only if there's one asteroid. So if we want to, if we have this without those two things, that's going to create a lot of asteroids all the time, every time this file fires, which we know is 50 milliseconds. So we've got to put an if-then statement in there. All right, so let's go up here and get our control, if, and then we do a logic. Here's logic up here in the top left. If, let's do an and, because we need two things. We need to have a score that's greater or equal to 5, and we want to make sure there's no other asteroids already created. So let's go ahead and do the first one. If the score is greater than, so we need another logic, or is equal to, let's just do equal to. If the score, grab a variable, is equal to 5. And you can make this whatever you want it. If you wanted to make it 10, you could, whenever you want that second asteroid to show up. And we need another variable. So let's go in here and set another variable, or I'm sorry, initialize another variable. And I like to always have my variables at the top. So I'm going to scroll up here and put my variables up here. This one's down here too somehow. And I'm going to call this one asteroids. Okay, and I'm going to make it set to 0 at first. Now, when I first create my first asteroid is right here when I click the start button. So I'm going to go ahead and set that variable to 1. So set, yeah, let's do this one and we can change the drop down. Set, when I click this, it's going to create the asteroid down here. So set asteroid to 1. Okay. Then come down here in the here we can say it's basically same thing here. Duplicate this right here. Duplicate, and then we'll just change the numbers and the variable. So this is going to be when my asteroid is 1. So if there's only one asteroid and they've reached a score of 5, then we're going to basically create another asteroid. So we're just going to duplicate this. Duplicate it. Put it right there. And that's pretty much it. That should do it. Oh, you know what I want to do is go ahead and also make, now that I've created another asteroid, I want to duplicate my asteroid variable. Let's see, let's leave it right here. Let's just do it right here. So I'm going to set my variable, set my asteroid variable to 2. Because now I have 2 asteroids because we created another one. All right, let's go see how this works. See if there's any glitches that I need to fix. All Live test. Click start. 1 asteroid. Score 1. Different speeds. That's nice. We do that. 4. All right, now and this time, oh, we got 2 coming in at different speeds. Look out. Makes it a little bit more challenging. Different speeds. More than 1 asteroid. Oh, and I got hit. Now look what happened. I got hit and the 1 asteroid disappeared, but the other one keeps going. So we need to fix that. How do we do that? Well, up here, when we had collide with, right here, where is it? Where is it? Where's those blocks? Collide with, here it is. So we have asteroid type collides with a rock type. We remove the 1, but we really need to remove all of them. So let's go ahead and go to remove all sprites of a rocket type. So I don't know why I needed to do it this way, but this is the way it seemed to work. And so I kept the 1 thing in there and just added this in. So it removes the 1 that it collides with, and then anything other asteroid types, it also removes them as well. Let's go check it out. See if we got rid of that problem. Hit start. I get to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here, look out, here it comes. 2. And I wanted to see if I get hit, if they all disappear. And they do. And it says game over. So that's a few modifications I want to make for today. If you didn't finish this app the other day, you need to finish it up before you start this one. Once you do finish this one, you're going to share, generate a link, copy that link, go to Google Classroom, upload that link or insert that link into your turn-in area, and then turn in your assignment so I can check it out.